Hello, everybody. Welcome to Monday, February 26, 2024. My name is Sonja Marie with Wordlife Astrology, here to give you some astrological inspiration and a little bit of information. If it resonates with you, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you are new, welcome. I appreciate you being here. And if you are a repeat offender, so to speak, welcome back. Again, share this information if it hits you deep in your heart. I would really appreciate that. And when you like the video, it absolutely creates more traction for my channel. So those that need to hear these messages that are coming through will get it. Okay, let's get started. We have no time to waste. Today is Monday, that's right. And there's one important aspect that I'd like to highlight. The moon in Libra today will trine Pluto in Aquarius. Every time the moon is in Libra, there's an emphasis on partnerships. There's an emphasis on being fair and justice orientated. There's an emphasis on seeing the facts and moving accordingly. That's what this vibration feels like. Partnering up with those that have information, that have inspiration, that can make our projects or just our existence a little bit better. Now, when that moon in Libra couples with, in a favorable way, Pluto in Aquarius, oh snaps. Who are you going to partner with in order to change the world? That sounds a little idealistic, I know, and kind of out there and poetic. But listen, as we are breathing, as we are living, as we are doing our jobs as a baker, a politician, a mother, a father, as we are here on the planet, we are changing the world. Our breath allows the world to change. So with the moon in Libra today says, is there some hit that you got that I should partner up with X, Y, and Z? Maybe they have the proper resources in order for us to get this project off. Maybe I should get some ideas and information from a sister, from a lawyer, from a CPA, from somebody that I respect that can help my ideas to flourish. At the very least, that can sit down with a really open, non-judgmental ear and help me to plot and plan my next move in order to be powerful, Pluto, in order to transform my life, in order to help humanity. And momentum is going, absolutely going very fiercely into this age of Aquarius, allowing us to wake up our senses when it comes to feeling good about ourselves, when it comes to feeling good about the people, when it comes to feeling good about the planet, when it comes to metaphysical ideas and technology that's way beyond, that can help us to advance as people. Okay, the good part of the people. So who are you gonna partner up with to make that happen today? On Tuesday, with that moon still in Libra, it's doing some things. It is trining Mars. Mars is in Aquarius. So consider an emotional intervention from your business or personal partner to consider what you should do next. Now, Monday says, couple up with a partner in order to feel powerful with that Pluto energy behind it and to transform some things for humanity, for your friends, for a group. Now, on Tuesday, when the moon trines Mars in Aquarius, Mars says, now let's put some legs on it. Whereas Pluto may have the power and the surge to do a thing, Mars actually gets up and says, let's go. Where's the walk? Who do we need to see? How do I need to activate this thing? Mars deals with motivation, execution, physical movement, okay? So with the moon in Libra trining that Mars in Aquarius, it's like, okay, now that we made the phone calls and we identified who is able to help us to transform some things, let's get going. Let's do this thing. Also on Tuesday, Mars in Aquarius is gonna square Jupiter. This is interesting, because Mars is getting kicked off like, let's do the thing for the people. I have my partner, moon in Libra, for the people. But Mars is going to square Jupiter, which brings the opportunities. Mars squaring Jupiter, Mars being in Aquarius, Jupiter being in Taurus, says maybe the movements that you are making right now for the people will not prove to have the opportunities just yet. But there's always something to, the visual that I have in my head, like gardening and tilling the land and again, making the phone calls, connecting to resources, connecting to people, talking your dream out with yourself. There's always something about that initial kind of stage that's exciting as heck. And what this is saying, Mars in Aquarius, that's squaring this Jupiter, is like, stay on the road to make the things move for the people. Stay on the road to make things fair and just in your life. Stay on the road for changing your life the way you need to change it in a bigger perspective, and the skittles will come. If people are fighting you on the skittles, possibly, maybe, there's an opportunity in which you're moving, Mars in Aquarius, and you see some things about to happen. And you're like, actually, let's seize that opportunity. That would be great for this particular project. And the skittles say, nah, I'm not going to provide that for you right now. Meaning, maybe you move forward in a situation and the opportunities are not there because somebody's a little stubborn. Somebody's holding back. Somebody's a little fearful or a little trepidatious. Someone feels in a partnership or in a group like it's a little too early to actually access those opportunities. It's a little too early to spend that money. Jupiter's about prosperity and abundance and opportunities. Like I say, Skittles, because Skittles is fun and colorful and it brings celebration. Jupiter is all about celebration. Sometimes it's a little too early to celebrate. I'm just saying, keep plowing through for you and the people. So on Tuesday, that moon in Libra will also trine Venus, which is in Aquarius. Interesting, right? So this Aquarius, so that moon trine in Venus says stay focused and do the things that are just like, because you know it's worth. Because you know how much love you put into it. Because you know the passion that surrounds it. You know that there are more people that are benefiting from it than you are. So the bottom line is keep trudging along happily on Tuesday and detached kind of. I hope that makes sense. On Wednesday, I have starred Wednesday and Thursday as the most elusive, beautiful, color-filled days ever. Now, you may feel this a little sooner, or you may feel it trickling away on Thursday, Friday as well. But somewhere in between there on Wednesday and Thursday, I'm sure you're going to get it on you. What is the it? The it is that elusive Piscean energy. Check this out. On Wednesday, it kicks off with the sun in Pisces trining Mercury in Pisces. Speak what you intuit, even if mere humans refuse to comprehend. Understand this. Pisces energy is very intuitive. Pisces energy is incredibly wise and genius-like. And oftentimes it has no real structure and or facts in order to complete its thought or in order to prove that things are happening. Pisces energy is elusive. It's shape-shifting. It is led by spirit, so to speak. So the bottom line, that Pisces sun coming in with Pisces Mercury is saying the things that are being intuited through Mercury and through our form of communication, whether that's reading or writing, again, speaking or gathering information, setting a strategy together, is absolutely in alignment with the sun, with the core, with who we are, with what's powering the planet in this moment in time. So whatever elusive, nebulous, spiritual on the other side, meaning your ancestors and your guides, whatever messages they are giving to you on that day is helping to pump us up from the inside out. It's helping to fortify what we already know about ourselves. Information is coming in to prove that, yes, I know that I'm dope. I know that I'm God's child. I know that I can do this. And absolutely, I don't need mere humans who are afraid to try to talk me out of what it is I know from my gut. That's the power and the magic of Wednesday and Thursday. And if that's not enough, let me run it down. Mercury in Pisces is also in conjunction with Saturn in Pisces. What you speak displays the discipline you need or have been working on. Did you get the lesson? And if you have, share it. Saturn is all about the lesson. Saturn is about the fear that comes up. Saturn is about the discipline and the respect that you give yourself and other people, for that matter, for working hard. So since Saturn has been in Pisces for a little bit of time, you've been working hard at strengthening your intuition. You've been working hard at receiving information from the ethers. You've been working hard at being compassionate and understanding with other people as well as yourself. So on Wednesday, when that couples with Mercury, you already know. The knowing is Mercury. The knowing is Mercury that says, yes, I know that I've worked hard. I know that I've been disciplined. And I know that the rewards are coming to me, because Saturn works like that. Saturn says, I'm going to whip you into shape, but I'm also going to give you a reward when it makes sense, when it resonates with you. And Pisces energy is always about the resonance. Also on Wednesday, that Sun in Pisces, yes, naturally will be conjuncting Saturn. You guessed it if you're an astrology student. So that means that Sun, who we are, the power of who we are, is absolutely meeting up with Saturn that says, good job. You've been doing your work. Good job. You need to stay on track. It says now shine without ego taking over. Shine the light and the information, the intuition, the messages, the understanding from spirit, the compassion, the passive aggressive moves that need to happen in order for you to dodge any type of fight or confrontations, just to make things happen with love. Shine in that space. It's necessary. It's almost like a statement that keeps coming to my mind is, you can get a whole lot more with honey than you can with vinegar. You know how the elders used to say that. So on Wednesday, with this Piscean energy, again, coupling up with Mercury and the Sun and Saturn, it's about who we are, what we think, and what we've been disciplined on, in a way in which spirit speaks through us, to us, about us in a compassionate way. We need to shine in that, celebrate that, but keep on moving, because the work is not over. On Thursday, the magic just continues. That moon slips out of Libra and it goes into Scorpio. Whenever the moon is in Scorpio, we can look for some in-depth emotions. We can look for emotions to come over us to help to transform us. The moon in Scorpio is always about going to those hidden places to help us to tap into our power that's untouched. Sometimes it brings up some emotions. Sometimes it brings up some shadow sides, but in a way in which it actually wants to shed light on the things that we haven't been utilizing. So on Thursday, if you find out, you know what, I think I like bike riding again. On Thursday, if you feel like, you know what, I do want to get into yoga because it makes me feel a particular way. On Thursday, if you start pulling out ideas and inspirations that you've had decades ago, allow it to resurface in a way in which this Piscean energy can do a whole lot more with it beyond the human experience. On Thursday, that Mercury in Pisces will sextile Jupiter. Oh, yeah. So it's about speaking the blessings into existence. Mercury is communication. Jupiter, again, like I explained, are the skittles, are the resources, are the dynamic resources, are the blessings, the opportunities. So it's about speaking it into existence. Utilizing affirmations on that day will be absolutely beneficial. Talking things out with people that you love and that you feel safe in. The key two words are emotional safety. In order to express yourself and communicate your depths on that day, you need to be emotionally safe around people that can help you to take your ideas and your somewhat naive and idealistic realizations of life and put it into a space, in a place that can grow corn for you, that can bring blessings to you, but in a space that people won't judge too readily. Also on Thursday, that moon in Scorpio, it trines Saturn because it's in Pisces. Determined to solidify your spiritual discipline. I'm going to sound like a broken record, but the wonderful thing that I love about Wednesday and Thursday is we are being given as water signs for show. And those earth signs, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo, those earth signs can get a little bit on them too. Who may have a difficult time on Wednesday and Thursday may be Gemini and Sagittarius. And let me go back, because with the moon trining Saturn, it brings up information that we've been working hard in a particular way. However, Gemini and Sagittarius are not necessarily privy to that way. And what that looks like is that water signs get things on a flow. Water signs utilize information as it comes to it. Water signs are very passive in the way that we don't necessarily go out and chop heads and trees and situations down. We allow it to come to us and we respond accordingly. In my opinion, that's the way of the universe oftentimes, is to go with the flow and allow things to come to you and handle it as you go through it. As long as you're putting out good energy, you can expect the good energy to come back and you navigate as such. So with the moon trining Saturn that day, it's saying all the things that you've been disciplined on is absolutely in right alignment with the emotions. The emotions are saying go deeper, and Saturn is saying yes, let's go deeper to solidify the hard work that we've done. Let's go deeper so we can fortify that we are no longer afraid of a thing. On Thursday as well, the moon is in opposition of Jupiter. That's a big deal. Use this determination that Scorpio is giving us opposite the Skittles, opposite the opportunities. So if your emotions are plaguing you to go deeper, shadow sides are coming up, things are being unearthed, it's for a good reason, because oppositions allow you to see the balancing act. The more you dig, the more blessings you receive. On Thursday as well, that moon in Scorpio will trine Mercury. Don't y'all see the pattern? Use the determination of Scorpio energy to acquire information and speak it into your heart. Speak it into your heart so people can feel it. Be determined. Be unapologetic. Thank you. Whatever it is that you discover is necessary to research, is necessary to think about, is necessary to have adult communications about, so you can clear the air and get those Skittles that Jupiter wants to give you on that very same day. On Friday, the moon stays in Scorpio, that's right, but it gets a little tricky, because Scorpio energy does not like Aquarius energy. So the moon in Scorpio will square Mars in Aquarius. The day before that, we've been set up on a very intuitive level, meaning that moon in Scorpio trined with all that Pisces energy, it can give us this magical feeling like things are going to change, and it feels so good, and I can sense it. I may not be able to see it or prove it, but I can sense it. And then on Friday, we're kind of triggered in a way, because that Mars in Aquarius says, well, go out there and get the facts. If you can sense it, moon in Scorpio, it squares Mars in Aquarius. Go out there and get the facts. The moon in Scorpio says, well, I don't necessarily have the facts in this moment in time. It's just something that I feel. So there may be some type of challenge on that day to force yourself or somebody else to prove what it is that they've intuited, prove what it is that they feel, prove what it is that they are emotional or excited about, and it's not ready yet. It's still in the oven. I can't prove it's a cake until the cake forms. So Mars in Aquarius seems a little detached, a little unemotional about the wonderful things that are developing, and you may get a little thrown off, thus turn into some anger, because Mars is about anger. Here's the thing though, Mars is in Aquarius, which doesn't like to get angry, so anger can come off very, very passive aggressive and incredibly detached, almost stubborn and rebellious. So be careful of that. Don't cut your nose off, like I like to say, don't cut your nose off to spite your face, because the bottom line is things are still cooking. The intuition is bringing it in. Feel good about what you're doing this week and allow the information to roll out as God wants to present it. Also on Friday, that sun is sextiling Jupiter. Come on now. This is so dope. Now, the bottom line is that sun, being the biggest entity in the sky, is in control of it all. Whenever we're in a particular type of season, when the sun is in a particular sign, that's the big dog in the sky. So if the sun in Pisces is saying, relax, 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 we don't have the facts yet. But as Pisces, Pisces energy is always about, I don't know if y'all know any Pisces, but they could be late in quotes, but they are always on time. That energy is always there when it's necessary, when it's needed. So the sun in Pisces says, you may be on the road, Mars in Aquarius, trying to look for all the facts and the information and getting mad and rebellious about it. But the sun in Pisces says, I already know. When I sextile Jupiter, we did the work already, and here comes the blessings in a way in which Spirit has ordained, has already cultivated with or without our knowledge and understanding. Please and very please be hopeful. Stay faithful this week, knowing that everything that you laid out is coming to pass, baby. That moon in Scorpio also on Friday will square Venus in Aquarius. Be careful not to emotionally control people or a situation because they choose to give their love in a way that you don't desire, or they choose to see their worth in a way that you don't desire. That moon squaring Venus is a big deal, especially with the Scorpio and Aquarius energy, because again, mostly this week, Scorpio energy is like, yo, can we just dig deeper, 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 find these gems, these wonderful crystals that are hiding out that can bring you more, right? Venus and Aquarius like, listen, we don't have time to dig deep. We don't have time to sit here and prove the situation. We got to keep moving in this age of Aquarius. We have to keep doing for the people, having that value and that worth for the people, for the groups, for our friends. And the moon in Scorpio says it's not time yet. So don't try to control people who don't see that, because that moon in Scorpio will have people shanked in the bathroom. And I'm not suggesting that you shank anybody in the bathroom, but its emotional nature is very explosive. And folks may not see the worth that you see in waiting for a second and in digging deep and in being emotional and transformative about where your emotions can take you. Sometimes good cries, sometimes good shadow discoveries allow us to end up on the other side of a line. But it's patience involved when it comes to that. Nothing comes before its time. On Saturday as well, only aspect I can give you is that the moon will sextile Pluto. The moon will be in Sagittarius that day at 8:56 a.m. The moon sextiles Pluto, so put your positive spin on the need to transform. Now that we got through the Scorpio understanding of excavating some feelings and some new gems in order to transform through some things and to locate the opportunities, but to be patient as they develop. Now on Saturday, it's just about staying positive in that thing. Sagittarius can be quite dismissive, but it's also good in hard spaces to keep a smile on our face. It's also good in really challenging, transformative spaces, especially when it deals with Pluto, to move and to change and to be powerful in a loving, fair, sometimes humorous way. Sagittarius is going to bring light to our hearts on Saturday and allow us to move through some things so we can get the results that we desire. On Sunday, it stays very, very positive with that moon in Sagittarius. However, it gets a little tricky when it comes to the changes that need to happen. Venus in Aquarius will square Uranus. Who and what you love needs to change, and something is holding on to them. Ooh-wee. On Sunday, will you feel a little bit rebellious about letting go of something that has loved you for so long? Letting go of something that has proven its worth in some kind of way? Are you feeling a little challenged about needing to transform something? Oftentimes, it is challenging in that way to love somebody and grow and transform past a particular level. And you know, on some level, at some crossroads, you might have to leave a friend. You might have to leave a job. You might have to leave an opportunity. You might have to leave in a way in which you have Utilize your talents and gifts in order to do something different and better and just on another level. Sunday, you may say to yourself, wow, this is hard to let go, but I need to do it. Let it go, baby. On Sunday, the moon in Sagittarius squares that sun in Pisces. That's a big deal. Sometimes we can move too fast with that moon in Sagittarius, and it goes against every and any intuitive hit that's coming towards us that day. Remember, we are in Pisces season, so we have to give Pisces energy priority when it comes to intuiting information, artistic hits, intuiting what we should do next and how our prayers are being answered. The moon in Sag says, okay, got it, let's move. Well, did you really get it? That's the real question. Has it sat in you? Is it seasoned yet? Patience, my loves, patience. Sometimes that moon in Sag has an over exuberance about things and cannot see all the things that need to be done in order for the picture to be complete. So don't get your panties in a bunch that day, Sunday, that is. Just watch all the wonderful magic unfold before you. On Sunday, also that moon in Sagittarius will sextile Mars. Now, this is interesting. Mars energy may come off as being productive. Let me get the things I need to be done. However, it's against Pisces energy, remember? So the bottom line is Sunday is a good day with that moon sextiling Mars to physically exert yourself. Go to a party, go out into the park, go play basketball, get into a place in a space where the aggression that you may have, you can burn off, as opposed to taking that aggression and doing things that can prove to be a mistake that day. On Sunday, the moon squares Mercury. Please don't say some things that you may have to put your foot in your mouth about the following day. That's all I really want to say. The moon in Sagittarius squares Mercury in Pisces. The moon says, let me react quickly, bluntly, sometimes in a humorous way that will take the edge and the sensitivity off of what really needs to be said, off of what communication is had that day. That's a great day for a misunderstanding. That's a great day of you putting your foot in your mouth without being compassionate about yourself or other people for that matter. So, cuidado. Be careful, okay? Also, lastly, on Sunday, that moon will sextile Venus. Says pull back in love. Pull back knowing that all the things that you are doing and setting yourself up for, the energy that you are exerting, the positivity that you have within your soul is for the people, and the people are worthy for what it is that you want to give. So be patient, be loving, and be open to give what you have. So before I go, I have to pick a card for us to see what the vibration tarot style is for this week. Here we go. You won't believe this, but absolutely the same card came up from last week. That's courage. And I would be remiss if I didn't read this again, because apparently we still need this courage in order to push through. Before I read this card, I just want to tell you this little bit of download that just came through. The real reason why we need this courage, because we are being told to rely on things, again, that humans may not prove to be worthy this week. Rely on intuition, rely on gut feeling, rely on the magic, rely on possibilities. And it takes a lot of courage to do so. Why? Because this planet is infused with facts and information and doubt and a lot of fear. And the bottom line is that sometimes when we're changing ages, when we're changing consciousness, we do have to have a lot of courage to implement what it is we know to be true. Everybody else on the planet can disagree with us, but what we know to be true for ourselves, for our families, for our walk is true for us, and it's going to have to be proven. That's why all this week it's like, feel the magic, but don't get too hasty. Feel the magic, but keep your patience alive. Feel the magic and positive, and be slightly idealistic about it, but utilize the courage that is necessary to push yourself through this muck, because absolutely someone will disagree with you. Courage. This card shows courage. This card shows a small wildflower that has met the challenge of the rocks and stones in the path to emerge into the light of day. Surrounded by an aura of bright golden light, it exposes the majesty of its tiny self. Unashamed, it is equal to the brightest sun. When we are faced with a very difficult situation, we have a choice. We can either be resentful and try to find somebody or something to blame for the hardships, or we can face the challenge and grow. The flower shows the way, as its passion for life leads out of the darkness, moon in Scorpio, and into the light. There is no point fighting against the challenges of life, or trying to avoid or deny them. They are there. And if the seed is to become the flower, we must grow through them. Be courageous enough to grow into the flower that you are meant to be. Ashe. Amen. And I pray you take all of that with a heap of love right from your girl. My name is Sonja Marie, here with Wordlife Astrology, and I love for you to share this information if it resonated with you in any kind of way with those that you love, even those that you don't like. Just send some love and some light to them. I appreciate you. Thank you, and I'll see you next week, all right?